Hello everyone, how are you doing?
I hope that you're doing great. I'm doing well. I actually did manage to watch the entire filler arc between my last recording and this one. And I did think that for a filler, it fit in quite well with the overall story. It had a boy who had received the leftover chakra and aura of the nine-tailed fox from when it was put into Naruto back then, and then it was put into him. And there was a time where, and of course they're like bonding and they had that outsider experience, that Naruto thing. And there's a time where the boy transforms into the four-tailed fox version thing. And I know this is not canon, but it's an interesting idea or experience for Naruto to see what he looks like when he's in that form, because he doesn't have a concept of how monstrous he really becomes. But it was an interesting story development, an interesting element to have him see the four-tailed fox and to be like, wow, this is a monster. And even though it's not canon, it would be cool if they incorporated that idea that he has seen what he looks like when he loses control because he witnessed somebody else lose control. But yeah, he was able to save the village through the power of friendship. So it was a proper Naruto arc, and I did enjoy it. Except the main conflict of the bad guys was that they wanted to kill the Hokage and destroy the village because there should be only one king, and the king is the... I forgot the name, the Lord of the Land of Fire. So if you have that guy, you don't need a Hokage, right? But in my mind, the Hokage is more like a general, and the Land of Fire is essentially the village hidden in the leaves is essentially an army base. I mean, it has normal economic functions, but it's like an army base, right? That village is there to train ninjas. And if the Hokage has never expressed the desire to take over the Land of Fire, then it doesn't make sense for me for a group to be like, no, the Hokage must die because we can only have one king. But if the Hokage has never threatened the Lord, then what does it matter? If he's loyal, then isn't that just a good thing? I wasn't on board with the conflict, basically. But it was interesting. It was good. But now, let's continue.
Okay, so first I must mention that at the end of episode 71, we see two Akatsuki chasing after a woman. I'm assuming she's Jinchuriki, who has something to do with one, and when I saw this guy, I thought to myself, now that's a sexy jutsu. Episode 72 begins with Asuma at his father's grave, smoking a cigarette and reflecting on the past. And he looks so different with the old haircut and no beard. It seems like all Asuma really wanted was for his father to say, well done, you did a good job, and the man just didn't. But Asuma is at peace with it now, so that's all good. We see Team 7 in the hospital. Naruto sleep talks about Sakura feeding him, and she gets mad and shoves an apple in his mouth, practically choking him with it. I had someone comment on a short of mine that Sakura deserves the nickname Ugly because she's so abusive to Naruto and she's also ignorant, and I found that to be a bit harsh. Kakashi arrives to see his team in chaos. He had already told Tsunade that there's been a lot of attacks by the same pair of shinobi, which are those two Akatsuki, who we then see right after we left them in the previous episode. The handsome one, Hidan, says a prayer before attacking, saying he has to confer with his lord. I am interested in the beliefs people hold in the world of Naruto, so looking forward to learning more about whatever this is. The Cloud Ninja seals the exits to trap the Akatsuki and intends to eliminate them.
Yeah, well, this whole mission goes against all my beliefs. The way of Jashin is total slaughter. There's even an actual commandment that prohibits half-killing.
And so, not killing her is a major struggle for him. What a murderous religion. He proposes a bargain, which of course she rejects.
Come on, why don't you just surrender and come with us?
You must be joking!
and it's the two-tailed beast. I really like this blue color and the pattern. It seems like it's a jaguar, maybe? The ninja seems to have a good relationship with the beast in order to transform like that. We did see Gaara do something similar when he fought Naruto, kind of surrender over to the beast. Hidan calls her/them the two-tailed cat spirit, also known as the Wraith. I really thought it would be some kind of big cat species, but this is fine too. I like cats. In the Leaf Village, Asuma pulls Kakashi aside for a heart-to-heart. But before they can talk about anything, Kurenai arrives looking for Asuma, and so they go off together. So what did he want to discuss so much that he couldn't stay in front of Kurenai? Naruto wants to rush back into training, but Kakashi-sensei says not so fast. The next phase of training will be so intense and severe that you'll regret not being fully rested. Seems like he might just be saying that to keep Naruto in bed and, whatever works. Tsunade asks him if he's sure that Naruto can learn a new jutsu, and he admits that he doesn't know for sure, but he thinks so.
The new training regimen is working well, and more importantly, he'll have a clear and powerful objective.
Sasuke Uchiha.
I was actually thinking his objective was to not be kidnapped and murdered by the Akatsuki, but yes, Sasuke as well. We see that Hidan and his partner were successful in capturing the two-tailed, and now Hidan is now conducting some kind of ritual, and it appears that he undergoes some kind of transformation because we see his hand kind of change color, which implies that he takes on a different form perhaps when he's fighting, which is very interesting, and I would have liked to see that, but at the same time I understand building anticipation. I feel bad for the Cloud Ninja though. We didn't see too much of her, but she was so brave as she faced them head on. And now, the pair are heading to the land of fire. Zetsu emerges from the ground looking simultaneously creepy and comical. He's checking to see if they're done, and they have a very interesting exchange.
Listen, I only teamed up with you because you said religion was profitable. As holder of the Akatsuki's purse strings, I'm the one who should be complaining.
I did not think the Akatsuki were organized like that, and that's my bad. The treasurer here has a real love of money. Zetsu is going to take the Cloud Ninja while the two of them carry on to the land of fire, and I really get a sense of urgency coming from them. Kakashi and Yamato resume Naruto's training. He is, as you can imagine, very enthusiastic. Naruto shows that he can do the leaf cutting thing with his shadow clones and promptly faints. And Kakashi is just like, why did he do it with all of the clones? He could have just showed me that he knows how to do it. But Naruto, it's like, go big or go home. The next step in his training will be to cut the flow of this big waterfall. If he can do that, he will achieve his first change of chakra nature.
I never could have imagined that clumsy little Naruto would achieve change in chakra nature so quickly. This training method was a brilliant success, if I do say so myself.
Indeed. Well done, Sensei. As they begin, Yamato sets up to control the fox chakra, and I wonder if he gets bored, just sitting there all day with his palms out. No music or anything. I mean, is there no radio for Yamato? But I suppose his shinobi training has prepared him for such a thing. And of course, Kakashi's content to read his books all day. Meanwhile, Sakura buys some ingredients to make food pulls for Naruto because she does care about him, despite her occasional bouts of violence. I kind of feel like she should be training though. She was also not strong enough to face Sasuke. The Akatsuki arrive at the temple in the land of fire, and man literally punches those giant doors in, and his hand also went through a kind of color transformation. So I'm very intrigued by what's going on with these two. Also, a note on Kakazu's appearance. Whenever I look at his eyes, it just makes me think that he's really, really tired, or like he's sick, or they're irritated in some way. Like his eyes remind me of Ino's, for example, but he's got like pink eye, or maybe he hasn't slept in like 5 days or something like that, so they're red and aggravated. And that's just what I think of whenever I see his eyes, and then it makes my eyes have a weird feeling as well. So yeah, that's just a thing. They're on a side quest to collect a $30 million bounty on the monk's head. And what did he do to warrant that? But then, I don't know what prices are like in the Land of Fire. I don't know if 30 million is a lot or not. What's the inflation like in the Land of Fire, I wonder?
Hey, we're not doing this just for the bounty, are we? Killing a monk for worldly gain is a ticket to damnation, my friend.
I would agree with that. They're just inviting some bad karma. The monks of the Fire Temple possess a gift of the sages, especially this head monk, hence the high price tag. He used to be one of the guardian shinobi just like Asuma. The Akatsuki charge and the monk fends them off using a pretty cool technique, though I don't know if this is the gift of the sages that they mentioned or something else, but it is very aesthetically pleasing to me. The monk says he'll hold a funeral for them, which would go against the teachings of Jashin and makes Hidan mad. Kakazu just wants him to be recognizable so he can get that sweet, sweet bounty. Who offers the bounty? It must be other lands, right? Maybe enemy lands don't want them to have someone as powerful as this monk. Anyway, we cut away and then come back to Hidan doing his victory ritual. I am so curious to see him fight now because they keep cutting away. I wonder if there's something more than meets the eye about this weapon, or what kind of techniques he uses. He has totally destroyed the temple, and I think all the monks are dead. Meanwhile, Naruto grows impatient and badges Kakashi for help. Sensei tells him to spend more time gathering chakra inside of himself before trying to stop the flow of the water. And Naruto doesn't like that because that's going to take too much time. Kakashi gets irritated, just try and then you'll get better and better and better at it. Yamato plays peacemaker and consoles Naruto, assuring him that he's doing a good job. Sensei adds that it took Sasuke longer to achieve a change of chakra nature, which I think is meant to console Naruto and make him feel like he's doing a good job, but the mention of Sasuke gets Naruto all riled up and he's even more determined than ever. So Kakashi gives into Naruto's whims and asks Yamato to make the waterfall and bridge like 5 times wider so he can make more clones.
Wow, that was tough even for you, wasn't it?
No, not at all. Oh, there was nothing. I'm fine.
How's that, Naruto? Now you've got nothing to gripe about.
Kakashi has really developed quite the soft spot for Naruto. He didn't think more clones was the answer to progressing his training, but he did it anyways. It is interesting to see the difference in training between Kakashi and Jiraiya. When Jiraiya taught Naruto the Rasengan, he didn't teach him any of the theory behind it the way that Kakashi has done. Because I think in a way, maybe it could be just differences in approaches, or Jiraiya is just like, ugh, that's a waste of time. Just teach the boy how to do it. Just be practical about it. And I don't know which way is the best way. Just as long as he's a learner, he learns by doing, right? We've seen that Naruto is not a classroom learner. He learns by doing. But I do think it's valuable for him to understand the theory behind what he's doing, what he did with the Rasengan, what he's doing now. And also interesting to spend time with new Akatsuki members. I find the dynamic between these two quite amusing. I would love to know, I'm sure we will find out eventually, how the Akatsuki came to be a group in the first place, because they kind of seem like they don't like each other in general. Or this particular pairing seems to be a bad one. You pairing the very religious guy, or seemingly religious guy, with the one who just wants money. That seems like it would be quite an antagonistic pairing. And Sasori and Deidara seemed to be they argued a lot too, though Deidara did seem sad that Sasori died, but not broken up about it. Itachi and Kisame? Yeah. Itachi and Kasame seemed to be the ones that get along the best. I don't think they really fought with each other from what we've seen of them.
Naruto is continuing to train and continuing to be frustrated by how long it's taking, even though it's technically going quite fast. He's even sulking with Kakashi sensei for not letting him train longer. Yamato seems to be much more exhausted than Naruto, poor guy. We see Hidan and Kakazu, with the latter carrying around the monk. Kakazu wants Hidan to take a turn carrying him, and he refuses, and I don't blame him. This whole monk thing was the treasurer's idea in the first place. Also, these two really don't seem to like each other. I wonder why they were paired up in the first place. Sakura brings Naruto a whole basket of food pulls, leaving them nearby so as not to disrupt his training. She and Sai have a nice conversation and Sensei is encouraged. Look at his team all coming together so nicely. Naruto brings his clones back in so he can absorb all the training so far, and Kakashi gives him the food pulls and an encouraging note from Sakura. The note is a very nice touch as well. My bet here is that the food pulls will be gross.
Sakura! What did you put in these things? They're inedible!
I just knew that was going to be the case. They're probably really nutritious though. I can see her being the type to think of all of the most nutritious ingredients, but not thinking about how they'll all taste combined together. Time passes and Naruto is starting to get the hang of it. Again, more driven by catching up to Sasuke than saving himself from the Akatsuki, who again want to murder him. And as far as I know, Sasuke doesn't have any special beef against Naruto. If he were to see Naruto, he would probably want to kill Naruto, but he's not going after Naruto. But the Akatsuki are on their way. Iruka and Sakura have a nice conversation. He's so proud of all of his students and how far they've come. Who thought that Knucklehead Ninja would turn out this way? And of course, he doesn't mention Sasuke. And when I was watching this, I immediately thought of that song, We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. Do you know the one? But it's like, we don't talk about Sasuke, Sasuke. No, we don't talk about Sasuke. A monk arrives to inform Tsunade of recent events, that the Akatsuki are now in the Land of Fire, and she's got a whole bunch of shinobi squads ready to go. The orders are to detain the Akatsuki if possible, otherwise kill them. Either way, they must not get out of the Land of Fire alive. This is their last stop. And so, they head out to track them down. But Kurenai is just chilling. I thought that she was Jonin, right? Or perhaps Lady Tsunade wishes to keep her in the village, which makes sense. You have to keep some of them in the village itself, otherwise you would leave it undefended. And once again, Asuma is watching her getting all inspired. And what did he want to say to Kakashi that time? They didn't pick up with that again. I hope it doesn't become a forgotten thread. I do actually want to know what he wanted to say. Sakura keeps bringing food pulls and I wonder what they're doing with them. I can imagine them just like burying them in a hole or something. We see Sakura sitting on her balcony thinking about everything. And in the flashbacks, they all look so baby-faced. Our ninjas are getting so big. Naruto sees a shooting star and makes a wish.
Sasuke.
And then the next day...
Alright, here we go! Ha!
Guys, we all just need a Sasuke in our lives to force us to accomplish unlikely goals. And now he can finally develop his own jutsu. And I am going to end things here. I don't have much time this week, so I can't afford to make a video that's too long. But I get this feeling of like pieces being put onto a chessboard, like things are being moved into place for like something is going to happen soon. I have this anticipation. And of course we know because the two Akatsuki are making their way, while they're in the Land of Fire, making their way to Naruto, right? They're looking for the Jinchuriki. Which makes me wonder that don't they know who the Jinchuriki is because Itachi would have told them? One of them made the comment of like, finding the Jinchuriki was like finding a needle in a haystack.
But would they not know exactly where Naruto is, what he looks like, his address even maybe, because Itachi knows all that stuff? And if he didn't tell them that, why wouldn't he tell them that? Before, it seemed like each member had to go find their own Jinchuriki, but now it seems like just the two of them are going to just clear them all out, and just like the time frame or the schedule seems to have ramped up. Which makes sense because it is 3 years later. Interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next and why the Akatsuki are doing what they're doing. What is their intentions? The other members. Is there anybody left now? I'm not even sure how many there are and how many we've seen. We haven't seen the main guy, Pain, right? I have so much hype for Pain, and it's taking so long for him to appear. But I look forward to it. Yeah, that's going to be it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. I hope that you have a good day, a good week. I'm Kayla. See you in the next one. Bye.